So let me know when you're ready. Ready? All right, good afternoon. We want to take this opportunity to announce an arrest of an offender in the rape that occurred Sunday morning inside the Macy's department store, 1300 block of Market Street. Before I begin, I just want to thank OSEPTA and Macy's and also the media for putting the surveillance photos out as quickly as they did. That enabled us to make an arrest very quickly in this. As you're aware, we put video out, but working along with SEPTA, we were able to track the movements of our suspect both before and after the assault when he fled. This allowed us to pull surveillance video from some of the SEPTA buses as well as commercial establishments in the area where he lived, where he got off the bus at. We were able to put these surveillance photos out, which led to a call late last night from a tipster that allows us to develop a suspect of our offender. As a result of that, our complainant was able to make an identification last night. This morning at approximately 7:15 a.m., we were able to execute a search warrant at the address of our offender. We took him into custody, and we also recovered all of the clothing, the detailed clothing that he was wearing during the assault, as well as one of the skewers that he still had in his possession. So he was taken into custody. He has subsequently been charged. As you can see, his information should be up here, but I'll give you his name. It's Jaleel, and I believe it's pronounced Ukdan, 22-year-old black male from 1233 North 53rd Street. They're the charges he's been charged with. We don't have any other jobs that lend to a pattern with this. However, we know now, we can tell he's put all over the city on SEPTA, and we're looking at him now for all over the city for any jobs that may match him. So we're going to take a good hard look at him. Anybody have any questions? Or?
Do you think that there might be other victims out there that he's done something like this before? He seemed pretty calm and normal and regular as he was leaving and all that footage.
He seemed pretty brazen. Is how he seemed, just to wait in the ladies' room, for 20 minutes. He went into that store at 11:11. We know that's the time he entered the store. Within 3 minutes, he was in the bathroom. He went nowhere else but that bathroom. So it sure seemed like that was his intent when he got there. So yeah, we're thinking about that possibility that there may be other victims. We don't have any other reports. Maybe there are other victims who never came forward. We're not sure. But that's why we want his photo out there. Anybody who sees it or anybody who was victimized by him can contact us here, and we'll follow up on it. But yeah, we're looking at that possibility. And we are searching all over the city for anything that matches him.
You said you got info from SEPTA. Were they able to track him through his P card, or was it?
No, it was a very painstaking job by SEPTA. They did a great job. We knew that he went across the street. We assumed he went on the Market Frankfurt out, which he did. SEPTA was able to pick him up on there. From there, they went through all their video. It took a long time, including at 52nd Street where he got off. They saw he got on I think, the Route 52 bus. And he took that to Broad and Gerard when he got off. So that took a lot of work. We're very appreciative of that. We always coordinate with them on all these jobs. They're a huge help to us.
Was he already in the system? Were you able to find him quite easily?
Does he have a previous record? Well, yeah, he does have a previous record. None of them are for sexual offenses.
Can you talk about the amount of tips that you got last night, or over the past 48 hours? Did you get a lot of responses?
I can't say we got an overwhelming amount, but we did get a significant number of tips. Obviously, the ones we got were pretty good, because all they had to do was an arrest. As soon as, with the one tip, as soon as we brought the photo up, we recognized him right away based on what we had seen as him. And we were able to get a positive identification from our victim. Like I said, which allowed us to get into his house with a search warrant.
Did he confess when you apprehended him?
He does not know.
Was it after the images that you released late yesterday, like around 7 o'clock? Did the tips come in after those were released? Because they were much clearer than what was put out before.
They were clear. Yeah, we got tips both before and after, but we continue to get them this morning. Still, we're getting tips still, which we're also following up on. Also, I mean, we know who it is at this point, but we're following up to see if we can get another witness.
And where is he now? Has he already been brought to the roundhouse, or is he here? Or?
I believe he has. Yeah, 80th and Race now, yeah.
He's at the Roundhouse?
Yes.
But do you think that it's, earlier when I asked about other cases, I didn't mean specifically at the Macy's, I mean just in general
Yeah.
across the city?
Yeah, well, like I said, we're going to take a good hard look at him for any jobs in the city matching his MO or his description. We read this stuff every day. I mean, you see a pattern, it usually jumps out at you, but you don't know. We may have missed it. Maybe the description was a little vague. We're going to go back and take a look at those just to see. Also, his DNA will be in the system now. And if we have any other DNA that may match, we'll know pretty quickly.
I just want to ask, in the release, it says that he also robbed the woman or threatened to ask for money, something along those lines?
He did take money, yes. He did take some money from her, and he'd already threatened to stab her with the sharp objects.
Was he identified from the convenience store picture or from the actual Macy's?
It's hard to say. I'm not sure, which one they were able to recognize him off of. I mean, he had a distinctive walk also. But the people who called in that ultimately led to the arrest were quite sure. They said they didn't know his name, but they were aware of him previously.
What about the detective work in this? Just very quick apprehension on this.
Yeah, it was. Well, like I said, that was the coordination between the different agencies, along with Macy's themselves and the media, just putting this out here as quick as you did. That if it wasn't for that, we'd still be looking for him. So that allowed the public also to very quickly respond, which we're very appreciative of.
Can you talk a little bit about how he went from the Macy's to West Philly? Where he...
You be able to do a little better?
Yeah, so he,
This is assigned investigator Detective Strain.
yeah, he got on set there, underground at 13th Street.
Do you mind going to the microphone? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You take your mask off.
He exited the Macy's, then he went underground and took the, Market Frankfurt L and got off at, 52nd and Market Street. And from 52nd and Market Street, he took, a bus to 52nd and Gerard Street. And we have him, on video, 52nd and Gerard, last seen going, westbound on Gerard Avenue.
And then those convenience stores you video were in the area of 52nd and Gerard?
That's correct, he was on video in several of those, stores.
Did he resist arrest?
No. I think he was surprised early this morning when we showed up.
You think he was surprised?
I think so, yes. Did it? Okay. All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for the help.
You want to do the previous one? You got it.
Hey, how are you?